Hey, this is Alex with Sweeney Sports at Catch Happy. This is Markley Cove and Lake Berryessa. This is the first day the new Decontamination Decon unit is being open. I'm the guinea pig. We're going to test this thing. Sure, it's going to work fine, but the idea is that either you get a red tag and wait 30 days, or you go through the decon process and you can launch right away, and then you get a green tag when you pull out. The tag connects your boat eye to the trailer with a wire, so it's sealed and you can't launch anywhere else. Unfortunately, this is the new reality right now. If you want to get more information on this, go to sweeneysports.com, check out my blog, check out my YouTube video on the Catch Happy channel. I go through very detailed process on what this new life is going to look like for us boaters who want to fish the lakes. But today Markley Cove is being open. From what I understand, the appointments on Solano Water Agency website are taken this week, but they're about to open up next week appointments. Not sure when you're watching this video, but that's your opportunity to grab an appointment. There'll be another one in Pleasure Cove, from what I understand, and possibly another one at Putah Creek. So that's what we're looking at. Let's take a look at the decon process itself, so you kind of visualize what it might look like if you want to go through the process yourself. We're good, Alex. So I'm here with Drew. I'm just blessed to have connected with this guy. He runs this whole project for Solano Water Agency. And Drew, again, thanks a lot, man, for stepping up.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Other lakes are closed, okay? So how about that? Not available. Comanche closed. New Malones, I just heard, December 7th.
Okay.
Closed. Hennessy closed. Don Pedro and all these others are still thinking about it. You know, and Berryessa is taking action, which is awesome. So thank you for the Solano Water Agency, you know, our tax money at work. But Drew, I had a couple of questions since the last video from customers. One was specifically to the golden mussel. I know you're the science guy, so you're the marine biologist, right? You have the background. So my question is, there are definitely some kind of predators that feed on those mussels, aren't there, potentially in the lake system?
I don't know if they're in this lake system. There are not a lot of natural predators of these mussels in this lake. There are some that feed on the mussels, but you have to keep in mind, one female mussel, when it's an adult, can release 1 million eggs a year. And you can get 150,000 of these mussels on 1 square meter of surface. And so it's very hard.
200,000?
Huh?
Is it 200?
It could be up to 200 when they're very young, but when they become adults, 80 to 150,000. So I can't think of a predator that would be able to keep up with that many mussels. They're just going to outspawn and out-reproduce any natural predator that you're going to get in the system.
Gotcha. So thank you for that. They're faster than any other predator that might feed on them. I guess that's the answer to that question. That was a good question on YouTube. One other question, we just kind of alluded to this before, but can we have all these lakes connected on the same system? It sounds like we're doing the tagging at Sweeney's. It's smooth, it's easy to explain. The app works phenomenally well.
Right.
Which is kind of important. Everything works.
Yes.
So the question is, what will it take, and what will it take, and who we should talk to be able to connect Comanche, Don Pedro, Hennessy, Berryessa?
Well, we do speak with other agencies, but the trick is that all the reservoirs and lakes in the state are owned and operated and managed by different agencies. It's not one agency. For example, Lake Berryessa is federal water project. We don't fall under the state water project, and so on and so forth. Comanche, that's East Bay Mud, owns and operates Comanche. So there's a lot of different entities involved with their reservoirs, and it's their discretion on how they want to manage their resource. So, just because we have one policy here doesn't mean that, it's a blanket policy for all the lakes in the state.
But it's an example.
It's an example.
And look, you guys can say whatever you will about the situation, and it's not ideal, but what is ideal is that we have people like Drew who are actually getting stuff done. And we can access the lake. Yeah, there's quarantine. Yeah, there's a green red seal, whatever, Decon. But dude, we can get in the water. Okay, other places you can't. So if you live where those lakes are, where if your lake is closed, I'd say reach out to whoever the agency is that manages the lake, the board, whatever, and let them hear your opinion. Like, follow the Berryessa lead. Let's see if we can actually have one, NorCal statewide system that makes sense, right? So if you launch in Berryessa, you can launch in Comanche, you can launch in Hennessy, you can launch in Don Pedro, and everywhere else. You go to Delta, well, you have to go through the Decon process, and everybody would understand that.
Right. Yeah, the Delta, try to avoid it. And if you fish the Delta or recreate on the Delta, try to give your boat 30 days before you go to another lake. The golden mussels they're finding more and more of them throughout the Delta. And if you transport your boat from the Delta, it's not the adult mussels we're worried as much about at this point. We're more worried about the larval mussels that swim in the water column, and then they're going to get pulled up into your engine cooling system, into your ballast tanks on your wakeboard boat, into your live well plumbing on your live well tanks. Even though your tanks may be dry, there may be water in your lines, and those larval mussels can live for up to 30 days just in standing water. So that's why we need to be very cautious about fishing in areas that have these mussels, golden mussels, or we have the quagga mussels down in Southern California. We want to practice the same principle here. Give your boat time, clean it, drain it, and dry it after every use. And if you do that, you'll dramatically reduce the rates of transmission of these mussels between lakes.
Right. Absolutely. Well, man, I tell you what, man, this was sudden, this was shocking, but I'm just appreciative of how you approaching this and your agency, and
thank you.
And this means a lot. Let's just stay with it, guys. These are the new rules. This is probably the new normal for a little while. And
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, let's thank the fact that we can actually fish Berryessa. And now let's take a look at the decon process. If you're curious, you'll know what that looks like. No. Build pump?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jake. We'll be on.